your perception and your interfacing with others, the way you live your life experience, all of this just naturally unfolds for you. You cannot get it wrong. What we desire for you is that you relax and enjoy and savor. We would like to find your emotional range, primarily in the range somewhere between passion and peacefulness. It is such a wonderful thing when you finally get it, that you are in charge of your experience. You are choosing all of it. In fact, you're the only one who chooses, because no one else can vibrate within you. Now, it's true that as you observe others or as you observe circumstances, that your observation of them activates a vibration within you. So sometimes it feels to you like it's somebody else's fault that you feel like you feel, because if it weren't for their behavior that you were observing, you might feel better. And so we hear from many of you, sometimes you say it, often you just think it, somebody should do something about this. And what you almost always mean when you say that is somebody else. Somebody else should do something about this. Somebody should smooth my path, or somebody should behave differently, because I don't like my reaction. I don't like the way I'm reacting, so they should do something different so that I could have a different reaction. And we say, good luck on that one. Because you would have to organize so many people in order for your life to go well. And we've noticed you can't even organize those who live in your house. Somehow they understand it's not their job. And so we propose that you get a handle on your own vibration, and that when you have that impulse that somebody should do something about something, that you come right around to saying, smiling, laughing, playing with yourself, somebody should do something about that, and that's me. And that which you are wanting to do is come back into harmony with who you are. In other words, there are so many things that you could give your attention to that are upsetting to you. Things that you have lived, things that you are living, things that you worry that you might live, things that others are living. There's stuff happening that you do not want to happen, that you do not want to live. But if you believe that the stuff that happens has to stop happening before you can feel better, then you're not ever going to feel better. What you have to decide is you're going to use your power of selective sifting, your power of focus, to give your attention more to those things that activate a vibration within you that matches your source energy, rather than giving your attention to things that activate a vibration within you that does not match your source energy. What happens to so many of you is that you've been trained to be so objective, and you've been taught by many others that you should always be truthful, and you should always be honest, and you should always tell it like it is. And what that means for most of you is look at the worst situations and amplify them to each other. Let's face reality, you say. And we say, what about the reality of your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets? What about the reality of the oxygen content and the perfect water balance of your planet, and the way that food continues to survive on your planet eon after eon? What about the continual stream of life coming forth? And what about the stars that shine in your heavens? What about the well-being that surrounds you? What about the well-being of your own physical body? Do you understand the dynamics of your own physical body and what many physical humans could only call magical effects of them? When you eat something, your body knows exactly what to do with it. Do you not find that well-being worth focusing upon? Next time somebody says to you, we have to face the facts, say to them, I agree with that, and I have become a very selective sifter of the facts that I face. Because I have discovered that when I have given my attention to something, it activates a vibration within me that allows or disallows the source energy that I'm summoning through the power of my desire. Did you hear how powerful that is? You wade through the contrast. The contrast helps you to conclude a desire before you can even speak it in words. You are emanating a vibrational asking, which is always answered. Source energy answers that asking instantly. You know that, you say it. Ask and it is given. Knock and the door will be open. And we say, truer words have never been spoken with your physical human tongues, because when you ask, your source is there immediately. The question is, are you matching it? Which means, are you letting it in? Are you on the same vibrational frequency of the source that you are asking for? Or are you irritated about something and not letting it in? Are you focused upon some facing of reality that is breaking your heart or hurting your heart or making you flinch? Are you focused upon something that is happening that is horrific, that has you all upset and in a vibrational stance where you cannot let in the source energy that would be there otherwise? And so we are calling this gathering the art of allowing, because what we want you to focus upon is, am I in my physical body right now focused upon something that is activating a vibration within me that is causing me to be in the state of allowing the well-being that is me, the well-being that I so much want and absolutely deserve? So when you feel joy, you're there. When you feel exhilaration, you're there. When you feel love, you're there. When you feel appreciation, you're there. When you feel frustration, you're not quite there. When you feel anger, you're even further from being there. When you feel depression or fear, you are not there. Now, many would say, somebody should do something about that. Somebody should get those fearful things and get rid of them. Somebody should round up all the terrorists and kill them so that I don't have to be afraid. And somebody should round up all of the diseases and snuff them out so that I don't have to be afraid. In fact, somebody pretty much needs to gather up everybody that doesn't think just like me and get rid of them. And then in this not much to worry about world, my fear will be gone. And we say, so will your creative edge. So will your ability to decipher. So will your ability to create new desire. Does that mean trauma and drama and tragedy must be on your doorstep in order for you to be a productive creator as you've intended? Not at all. But it does mean, as long as you stand in a place where you believe that somebody else has to do something about it before you can live your joyful life, then you are in a place of eternal entrapment, because you can't make them do it. You can't even get them to agree on what needs to be done. And if it needing to be done is necessary before you can feel good, then there's no hope for you. And of course, that isn't the way that it is at all, because you have the ability to guide your experience in powerful ways, because you have the ability to focus your attention, which means you have the ability to activate vibration within you, which means you have the ability to match your source energy anytime, anywhere. Life is supposed to be good. You did not intend struggle and hardship. You intended plenty to focus upon, to summon plenty of life through you. And it's a nice thing to watch as we see that sometimes you get overwhelmed and then you emanate desires to get your life into balance, and then the next thing you do, life is in balance. You cannot get it wrong, and you never get it done. And the reason you cannot get it wrong is because you never get it done. So if something is a little out of kilter, a desire emanates from you. As the desire emanates from you, source energy answers it. Your work is just to chill out, to relax, and let it in. And so in severe cases of disconnection or resistance, we recommend anything that distracts you, anything that could distract you from your discomfort. The thing about humans as they become adults is that you've trained yourself to dig in there and wrestle that thing to the ground and kill it. And so you keep wanting to focus upon it. If you've got a problem, you just want to focus upon it. You just want to chew on it. And what we're saying to you is, if you've got a problem and you give it any attention, it's going to get bigger. Law of attraction says that it must. And so that's why we recommend distraction. Some would say, Abraham, you're saying delude myself, and we say delude away. You're saying don't face reality, and we say not unless it's really good. You say you want me to put my head in the sand, and we say yes, and meditate while you're there. In other words, just sort of relax from whatever it is that has you aggravated and get yourself to a better feeling place. And here is the new process that we are wanting to focus your attention upon. We're calling it virtual reality. And what it is a process where just like you were writing a screenplay where you're the director, you get to choose everything about this moment in time. So you might say, all right, where is it going to be? Where does this scene take place? And we would encourage that you choose some place that feels good to you. You could choose any place that feels pleasant to you when you think about it. So you pick a place and then you say, what time of day is it? Is it morning? Is it night? Is the sun just coming up? Is the sun just going down? Choose something that feels good to you. And now you say, who's here? And you say, I am, of course. Who else is there? Now, no one else needs to be there, but someone else can be there if you like. And then you say, what kind of moods are we in? Now, we want to remind you, this is your virtual reality. And the whole purpose of this virtual reality is to cause you to activate vibrations within you that put you in the place of allowing well-being. So, you wouldn't create a virtual reality where you're building a new house and build it with a leaky roof and then bring repair people into your virtual reality to fix the leaking roof. In your virtual reality, you can make it just the way you want it to be. And the reason that we are giving this to you at the outset here is because there is a tendency to have something in your life that is not going well. And then say, okay, Abraham told me about this new virtual reality. I'll go there and I'll fix it. The problem with that is that you take the vibration of what's going wrong into your virtual reality. So it doesn't work as the tool that you're really wanting it to be. This is only a tool to get you to vibrate in a place to let the well-being in, because the well-being wants in. In other words, there is no reason that well-being is not pouring into your experience in precise detail to all of the things that you've identified that you want. Other than that, you are in a bad mood, or you're angry about something, or you're worried about something. And so what this exercise of virtual reality is about is to train you into a fluffier vibration, to train you into a lighter vibration. It's sort of like working a muscle. The more you do it, the better it works for you. You're just wanting to train yourself in to feeling better more of the time. We would encourage that you play the game when you're driving or standing in line or lying in your bed, or even set time aside to do it, because there is nothing more important than that you feel good. And there is nothing wrong with creating images that cause you to feel good. In fact, it's the most wonderful tool that we can think of, because as you create these scenarios that make you feel good, what happens is, more of the day, as you practice it, you have activated a vibration that does feel good, and then law of attraction matches that vibration. Good. You get a sense of it. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We see our value to you, not in rehearsing with you the trauma that you have lived, but instead celebrating with you the trauma that you have lived that has brought you to this new, fresh, clear, crisp desire. And then together, we will create some virtual realities that cause you to vibrate in harmony with your desire. When you are a vibrational match to what you want, it has to be your experience. And the fun thing about lining up your energy first is that you feel better even before the manifestation takes place. Most physical beings think that creating is about manifesting. And it is to some degree. But what creating really is about creating an atmosphere, a vibrational atmosphere for yourself, where you then do not get in the way of the well-being that is making its way to you. Somehow, many of you have been convinced that you're unworthy beings here to earn worthiness. And that's so backwards, and it causes such a misalignment of your energies, because in your admission of your imperfection, and in your disgust at having gotten it wrong, and in your determination to get it right, you're not in the receiving mode. So you keep goosing up your wanting and not letting it in, and then beating up on yourself, and then you say, I guess they're right. I must be bad, or I must be unworthy, and we say, all you are is not a match to your own desire. All you need to do is practice feeling good more, and well-being will knock your door down.